The world's biggest stablecoin has never passed an audit, and it has never skipped a monthly check. Both of those are true at once. And if that sounds impossible, this episode is for you. I'm Rachel from ChainSense. In the next 5 minutes, what an attestation actually proves and where it stops, why it took 12 years to book a real audit, and how to read a reserve report yourself in 10 minutes like someone who signs things for a living. Because with issuers, trust is not a feeling. It is a document type. Learn the two types and half the noise goes quiet. Let us define the two documents properly because the whole argument lives in the gap. An attestation is a snapshot. An accounting firm confirms that, on one chosen date, the numbers management presented add up under an agreed procedure. That is real work. On a narrow question. Here is what it does not test. Where the assets stood a week earlier, whether every liability made it onto the page, or the controls deciding who can move the money. A full financial statement audit is the film, assets and liabilities and the controls around them, tested across a period under materiality rules, ending in a signed opinion a firm stakes its name on. The difference is not paperwork volume. A snapshot can be arranged for the camera. A film running across months is far harder to stage. That is why the film settles arguments the snapshot only starts. Neither is a lie detector, but one asks the issuer to pose and the other asks it to live on camera. Keep both definitions close. Section 3 turns them into a skill. Now the file. Tether has promised a full audit for most of its existence, and for most of it delivered attestations instead. The history explains the skepticism. In 2021, it settled with U.S. authorities. $41 million to the CFTC and $18.5 million to New York, over statements about its reserves in earlier years. Since then, monthly attestations from BDO Italia, on schedule, every month. Say what you like about the narrowness. The cadence never slipped. Then, March 2026 changed the sentence structure. KPMG engaged for the first full financial statement audit in the company's 12-year history, with PwC preparing the internal systems, a multi-year process, and as of today, no opinion issued. So both popular lines stay wrong. Never checked, false. Checked monthly, in snapshot form. Passed an audit, false. The film is still rolling. Why now? The American rulebook rewards audited issuers, and Tether's U.S. vehicle already runs through a regulated bank. For the first time, the incentives point the same way as the promise. Time for the skill. Open any issuer's latest reserve report. Tether's, Circle's, anyone's, and read it in this order. First, the date. A snapshot is only that day, so a report from the quarter before last is a museum piece. Second, the signature, a named firm under a named standard, or a table nobody owns. Third, the composition. How big is the boring pile? Cash and short treasuries versus everything else. Secured loans, precious metals, crypto, the adventurous shelf. The smaller the boring pile, the more questions you are owed. Fourth, the scope language. Phrases like presented by management are the document telling you its own limits. Believe it. Documents rarely lie about their own scope. Readers just skip that paragraph. Fifth, consistency. Pull 3 months side by side and watch what drifts. Composition drift is a story the numbers tell before anyone announces it. And the one question no attestation answers, completeness of liabilities and the controls, is exactly what a finished audit will. 10 minutes, any issuer, forever. That is the entire skill. Proof is a spectrum, not a stamp. And now you can place any document on it without asking anyone's permission. When the KPMG film finally ends, you will know precisely what the opinion covers and what it never claimed to. Wednesday's episode looks past both giants entirely, at the tokenized dollars your bank is quietly building. Until then, read one report, just one. It will change how every headline about backing sounds. Proof isn't what an issuer claims, it's what an auditor signs. Subscribe to ChainSense. I'm Rachel. See you in the next one.